Good morning, everybody, and welcome. We are at the District Administration Center for our monthly Coffee with the Community series held virtually here in the 22-23 school year. I'm Dallas Ackerman, and I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing here in LPS. And I'm joined this month by our Chief Equity Officer, Dr. Andrea Dixon-Seahorn, who is going to give us a department update of all the happenings taking place. And we're actually office neighbors. And we enjoy catching up on a daily basis, and so glad you're here. But as we build a little bit of an audience here on Facebook Live, and we are on Facebook Live, and we want to encourage our audience, if you'd have any questions regarding the presentation as we move along, we'll be keeping an eye on our page, and feel free to submit those. But I also, as we kick things off every month, we want to give an update on some future meetings, and as you see on your screen, coming up on February the 16th, that is a Thursday, we'll have an update from Miss Colleen Jones, and we will have many students here in the boardroom as we will get a real-world learning opportunity update. Those are always fun. And then coming up to close out March, actually on Thursday, March the 30th, we can now share that we will provide really a final update as we prepare for the April 4th no tax increase bond issue and levy transfer. We should have Dr. Tucker and some other guests in to answer some final questions at that meeting. And then we'll close out the 22-23 schedule on Thursday, April the 27th, and that will be a State of the District update from our superintendent, Dr. Jeremy Tucker. And at this time, again, thank you so much for being here. This is a wonderful set that has been created. I'm going to let Dr. Andrea Dixon-Seahorn take over the program and take us through her presentation over the next 8 or 9 minutes or so. So thanks again for being here, and thanks for all you do.
Thank you so much, Dallas, and good morning to all of you. I want you to feel welcome this morning as the Office of Equity provides an update on things that are happening within our division, within the organization. So I do hope that you have your coffee or your tea. Please make yourself comfortable as I share with you just some updates on today with regards to the district's Equity Center Strategic Plan, and then also some other items of interest for our community. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I want to share with you 3 particular plans within the strategic plan that fall under the direction and responsibility of the Office of Equity. And the first one I want to talk about very briefly is strategic plan number 9. And that plan is about leadership. And specifically our vision statement in that area is that educational opportunities and learning experiences for students will focus on equity for all. So our emphasis there is around planning, developing and implementing equity action plans in all of our departments, as well as belonging SMARTY goals that are embedded into our school improvement plans, with the aim of increasing equitable access to educational opportunities and learning experiences for our students. Before I go on to Plan 13, let me just share a few more specifics. So with regard to Strategic Plan number 9, equity action plans are being implemented in our innovation and learning, our communications, operations, and human resources departments across the organization. And these plans have been developed by each one of our directors. With respect to the Belonging SMARTY goals, they have been embedded into each school's building improvement plan, and those plans were developed by our school leaders and their team members. Progress update sessions are being held throughout the year with our school leaders as well as our directors to measure the outcomes towards reaching those stated equity goals. So the next plan I'd like to talk about is Strategic Plan number 13. The emphasis there is on teaching. The vision statement here is that teaching practices are culturally responsive and inclusive to meet the needs of all of our diverse learners. So the focus here is around the implementation of our district's NE Indicator 6.2. NE stands for Network for Educator Effectiveness. And the particular standard that we have in place at the district level for all of our teachers is the teacher's communications with students are sensitive to cultural, gender, intellectual and physical differences. And this is all part of the educator evaluation system here in Liberty Public Schools. And our goal is to develop LPS staff capacity to implement culturally responsive practices. So some specifics I'd like to share with you around that area include: we have a district leadership team known as DLT that is devoted to culturally responsive practices. So they're a work group that we've established here in LPS for quite some time. And that subcommittee is working very closely with our Department of Innovation and Learning, school leadership, to develop specific look-fors for that district need indicator 6.2. And this year, our focus is on identifying teacher exemplars of this standard in order to improve professional practice, so that as administrators go into classroom, they can more effectively observe teacher instruction and give feedback on this standard, again, as part of our educator evaluation process. Another thing that is happening under this particular strategic plan is that we have an LPS curriculum audit task force, and that's been in place now for about 2 years. And that team is continuing its process of generating feedback from the Curriculum Council, from the PDC, known as the Professional Development Committee, as well as LPS teachers in general, on its preliminary design of a tool that will assist teachers in the future in reducing bias in the selection and or the development of curricular materials and instructional resources. So that is a work that is still in progress, and we're very, very excited about the outcomes as we get to the end of this school year. The next plan I'd like to discuss is strategic plan number 16, and the emphasis of this plan is around professional learning. Our vision statement is that a culture of belonging is fostered through professional development to broaden the awareness of the different perspectives and experiences of our stakeholders here in LPS. And so the focus here is on belonging professional learning experiences for members of both our district leadership team and also our building equity cadres, as led by the core collaborative. They are our equity PD partners. So a few more details here include the fact that we do have building equity cadres. They've already met once this year, and they'll have another opportunity to meet coming up at the end of February going into March. But these site-based teams were established to foster dialogue and to influence data-driven actions towards the design of learning cultures focused on belonging for our staff, our students, and families. And through a process of shared decision-making, strategies that are unique to each building's student population are being implemented so we can achieve our belonging goals, particularly those that are outlined in each school's building improvement plan. So just want to share with you a couple of fast facts. Of the 177 LPS staff members that are serving on those building equity cadres, 20% are comprised of school leaders, that would be principals and assistant principals. 44% are comprised of certified staff members such as classroom teachers, counselors, librarians, and so on. And 36% of the building equity cadre team members are comprised of our classified and support staff members, representing various departments within each building, such as nutrition services, safety and security, health services, nutrition services, as well as our school age care program. So we're very excited about this opportunity for both certified and classified staff to sit together at the table to discuss how we can begin to build a culture of belonging in each of our schools. So those are the strategic plan updates. I did want to provide some additional information about happenings in the Office of Equity. I'm very pleased to announce that Liberty Public Schools is a recipient of the Kauffman Foundation's Equity in Schools grant. We applied for that in the summer of last year, and we were awarded a 2-year grant. So that covers this school year and next school year in the amount of $250,000. That is so exciting for us. And so with this grant for this year, we'll be able to expand our belonging PD, again, as led by our equity PD partners, the core collaborative. And in addition, we're going to do something that we have never done before here in LPS, and that is with these grant funds, provide an opportunity for equity in real-world learning, specifically for our 8th grade students, where all of them coming up next month will be able to participate in college and area career center visits. This is to assist our students in the development of their ICAP, or their individual career and academic plan, which is a new requirement for our MSIP 6 as part of the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education requirements. So very, very, very excited about that. And I do want to give kudos to Ms. Colleen Jones as our Director of College Careers and Community Partnerships, who has been key and instrumental in coordinating this endeavor for all of our 8th grade students here in LPS. Another thing I wanted to mention is our Student Belonging Listen and Learn sessions. You may recall that last year, our DLT, again, our district leadership team, work group for stakeholder engagement. They led and facilitated listen and learn sessions with secondary students at all of our middle and high schools. And so now we're going to replicate that process this school year with our elementary schools. So our team will be visiting all of our elementary buildings, and we'll visit with 5th grade students, and we will hear firsthand from them about what it means through their eyes and their experiences to belong. And then we'll be able to take all of that data, both at the elementary level and the secondary level, and compare it, and then think about what practices we need to put in place consistently with fidelity across the entire organization to really foster a sense of belonging for our students, our families, and our staff. You see here on the screen where last year we were able to collect that information from our secondary students, and these are some of the main themes that came up. Wanted to call your attention to the fact that students indicated, again, from visiting with our secondary students last year, students want a school community where there is a culture of belonging. Our students also indicated to us that they like it when adults or staff open up and share their humanity and humility with students. Students like and want to get to know their classmates in different ways within the school setting. Students like coming to school with their peer group when they feel safe. They also indicated that they like being in classes with adults and staff for more than 1 year, again, allowing them time to get to know adults. Students believe having friends in their classes helps them to do better both academically and social-emotionally. And secondary students need adults and staff to recognize when a student is having a difficult time and approach them in a safe way. So again, we want to take this data, compare it to the data that we will collect this spring when we meet with 5th grade students, and use that to inform our leadership as well as our teaching practices moving forward. Another item that I wanted to share is that the Office of Equity has redesigned its website. And so in collaboration with the Communications Department, the webpage for our office has undergone some significant revisions to create a space for showcasing our district-wide efforts around belonging. So beginning this month, a variety of schools and departments will be featured throughout the remainder of this school year so they can talk about their own journeys as we become an organization that is more inclusive and strives towards fostering that sense of belonging for staff, for students, and families. We noted that during the 2022 calendar year, we averaged 79 views per month on our website. And so now that we've made this revision, we are expecting even more. So we're asking you to stay tuned for new content that is being added on a regular basis. You can visit us at www.lps53.org/Office of Equity. In closing, I want to thank you for joining me today to learn more about what is happening in the Office of Equity. Our aim is to serve as a champion for our superintendent's vision that every learner will thrive academically, culturally, entrepreneurially, personally, and professionally. Well wishes to you. Until the next time, thanks and goodbye.